Hello and welcome back to the Luke Burton podcast, where we speak about morality in texts. Today we're going to be looking at the children's book by Carol McCloud, Have You Filled a Bucket Today? Have You Filled a Bucket Today is a children's story about daily happiness and how to achieve it. In the story, everyone has an imaginary bucket. The bucket represents your feelings and thoughts about yourself. You feel good when your bucket is full, and you feel upset when your bucket is empty. To fill a bucket, you need to show love to someone or be kind to him or her. When you are mean to someone, you are dipping into someone's bucket, and no one likes a bucket dipper. Your bucket can be filled or emptied by others, but when you fill someone else's bucket, you are also filling your own. How great is that? In Have You Filled a Bucket Today, the theme of morality and the difference between right and wrong is shown in a way that both children and adults can understand. Let's get into the analysis. This book relates to moral responsibility and the idea of punishment versus praise. What you do to others' buckets reflects in your own bucket. So one will always want to fill a bucket because their bucket will be filled in return. These are the ways to fill a bucket, as well as the ways a bucket can be emptied. Quote, you fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. A bucket dipper says or does mean things that make others feel bad. Many bucket dippers have an empty bucket. Quote, McCloud, page 9, as well as 12 to 13. The way the bucket system works is very similar to how moral responsibility works. With moral responsibility, you can either be praised or blamed for your actions. This is the same as your bucket. If you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own. But if you dip from someone's bucket, you also dip from your own bucket, making it empty. In life, many people seem to get away with doing harm to others. As a Christian, I believe that God will judge those who do wrong and reward those who do right. For many non-believers, they believe that the universe will even out these wrongdoings that go unpunished by humans. This story teaches the reader to do the morally correct act and to fill others' buckets, because it'll fill their own as well. To live a moral life is to put others first in all that you do. If you are constantly worried about yourself, you will never be truly happy. Individuals who think of others before themselves are more likely to be more likable, as well as being more mentally healthy. Carol McCloud gives many examples of how to fill buckets. Some of these examples include, quote, saying hi to the bus driver, inviting the new kid at school to play with you, writing a thank you note to your teacher, and telling your grandpa that you like to spend time with him. Mary McCloud, page 19 to 22. People who think of others before themselves are typically enjoyable people to be around. These individuals are often well liked by their peers and well respected by others. Their habits foster the common good. They live with the habit of acting morally towards others, their resources, and themselves. In Carol McCloud's Have You Filled a Bucket Today? The reader is introduced to a new way of thinking about how to act morally throughout their life. This creative, new way of thinking about morality relates to moral responsibility and the idea of blame versus praise. Both adults and children can take away practical ideas from the way Mary McCloud illustrates the concept of morality. Thanks for listening to Luke's podcast. I'll see you next episode.